Hey, and welcome to this little showcase. I'm Mizu, and I'm super excited to show you guys my favorite Charge Blade sets that I've made in about 1500 hours of playtime. Alright, now that the intro is finally over, I can go ahead and talk about the sets. Charge Blade is my main weapon since Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and I totally know what I'm doing. You don't have to be a speedrunner to be a good hunter, please keep that in mind. First of all, I probably have to mention that I prefer elemental CBs over impact file types, so that's why we're gonna take a look at the few impact sets I have first. You should also note that not every single set has to be max DPS. I don't need comments telling me that I should replace the vitality jewels for some attack jewels. I'm fully aware that I can get more damage on most of the sets. I chose not to do so, but instead go for a little bit of utility. There's a reason for the skills I have on my sets. If you feel like complaining, go ahead, make the set yourself and put in more damage, it's totally up to you. A great first example would probably be my Almaroon set that I often use when I do chill hunts with viewers for all sorts of non-tempered and even most tempered monsters, also including some elder dragons like Nergigante and Kushala. It's actually my layout set for a lot of CBʼs sets since it really has all you need. The weapon provides you with a good amount of white sharpness, I'm getting some of that sweet crit, our files are boosted to their max potential, and you can even go for a different augmentation if you feel like. In the end, I went for health regen even though we have Nergigante hunger. I've had good experiences with using both because of peak performance, so that's why I'm keeping it. This right here is a little variation of the Almaroon set where I just added 2 levels of handicraft onto the weapon and I managed to put in some blast attack. Nothing special, but it's a little different from the Rune set. Depends on what weapon you like. If you're a fan of blast weapons and you have the Kiar Strongarm Crusher, you should give this beast of a set a fair chance. I always thought that the critical status on CB's is kinda pointless, but Orion showed me otherwise. And it's quite insane actually, I've had some great runs with it. And well, then there's the Kiar Strongarm Numb, which is kinda disappointing compared to the Kiar Crusher, but still worth using if you like paralysis. We also got the usual Tower of Strongarm Horn set to go all out, but I personally dislike Diablo's weapons in general due to low sharpness and negative affinity. Next to that, there's also the Nergigante CB set, just because I like the weapon design so much. I used it a lot against Elders after finishing the main game, but honestly, Elder Seal is neat but not needed. Should be useful for newer players though, cause it has guard up, which could block a Valhazak beam or Teostra Nova. I do have a set for Arc Temple and Astra which uses the Empress Alma sticks since this little bitch is 2 stars weak to blast and stun. At the moment I would probably prefer the Kiar Strongarm Ice, but I didn't have it when farming her and I know that there's still people that struggle with her and don't have the Ice CB as well, so I thought I'll include it. And for the last impact set, there's my Arc Tempered Nergigante set, which should also work for Behemoth. No health boost this time because I feel comfortable in this matchup. It's absolute brute force versus some weird looking angry hedgehog, and I love it. There's a reason why I have 4 sets for him. I tried out a lot of different stuff and he's my most fighted AT monster, next to AT KT of course. If you don't feel comfortable with him yet, go ahead and replace the attack charm with the health boost charm. As long as you're wearing endgame armor, he shouldn't be able to one-shot you at full health like this. Yeah, I know, there's this actual dive next to the instant one, but if you die to it with CB, you must have messed up badly because there's a lot you can do about it. If you're in Sword and Shield mode, you can guard point both roar and dive easily. If you're in axe mode, for some weird reason, you can morph back after the roar. The timing is pretty close, so if you're too close to him, you would probably get hit, but it never happened to me. Just avoid being in axe mode in general. And yes, you saw that right. There's both Mind's Eye and Protective Polish on it. It's just really annoying to me whenever he cancels my sword charge with either a roar or by hitting me, and bouncing off of him while being off mantles can mess up your timing for guard points, and trust me, you want to be able to guard point most of his attacks. There's no specific reason to use Protective Polish though, I just like that I can sharpen my weapon and reapply my buffs when he goes to the next area, and I know that I will be ready for his bullshit. Onto the elemental sets, we got a special set at the beginning, and it's the Kiar Strongarm Spark build for Arc Temper Kulf Tariff. It has heavy artillery and part breaker, and that's basically all you need for Kulf. It's a set for phase 1 and 2, maybe even 3, but it depends on if she's released or not. You should totally give it a try, it's worth it. Next up is probably the best weapon you can get from ATKT. I use it against her as well in phase 3 and 4, again depending on if she's released already or not. Examples for other monsters would be both Diablos and Black Diablos, Teostra and Lunastra, Odogaron and even Xeno'jiiva. The Kiar Strongarm King, a pretty underrated weapon if you ask me. I personally only use it against Valhazak though. Doesn't matter if it's tempered or even arch-tempered, this set is perfect for him. I also use the Kiar Strongarm King against Ancient Leshen, it's not just Valhazak. The set is a little different though, instead of a full field resistance we're going for health boost this time. The health booster itself should help you and your team to survive even longer. Just don't use the SAED and go for the AED since you're not gonna hit all of the files anyways. Well, and that's about it for the video. I do have more of the elemental sets for the Kiar weapons, but all you need to do is just replace the elemental decorations on the sets and you're good to go. For more sets of other weapon types as well, feel free to join our Discord server. We have our own channel where everyone can post their own sets. You might also want to join the streams to see the sets in action. I always like to help out people on stream, so don't worry about bothering me or anything, just ask right ahead. All the links are in the description, you know how the internet works. And with that, thanks for watching, hope to see you in one of my streams soon. Bye!